All right, my name is Todd from Go-To Cards, and we're going to be looking at more Rage of the Abyss. What we're primarily going to be looking at in this video are cards that you should be targeting, but more importantly, when you should be looking at picking these cards up. Look, most people already have a really good idea of what cards they want from this set, what cards they have absolutely no interest in. So me doing a video telling you that you should buy this card, that's kind of ridiculous. But I do want to go over cards and tell you when I think will be the ideal time to pick these cards up. Now, I know a lot of people know that Friday, Saturday is usually a good time to pick up these cards. The weekend of release. Once everything's populated in there, Friday, Saturday, that's generally a really good time to pick up cards. But sellers know that too. And a lot depends on the set. So you can't take an idea and apply it to every single set and say that this idea works with every set, because every set is different and has some different nuances to it. Now, in the last two sets, that's exactly what I told you to do. Friday, Saturday morning, and at some point on Saturday, those cards were going to be spiking up, and we were right, and that's what they did. Now, I'm going to back off of that with Rage of the Abyss. Not entirely, but depending upon what cards you're looking for. So I do think that there will be some cards that you want to buy Friday and Saturday, but I also think there's going to be cards that you're going to want to wait on. I will unpack why as soon as I jump into the cards. But again, my name is Todd from Go-To Cards. We pre-sell cards on eBay, and we sell cards on TCG Player as well. We just don't do pre-sales on there. So full disclosure, we do sell cards, but part of why we started this channel is to help people buy cards smarter and give you a seller's perspective of how to do that. If you're not subscribed to the channel, hit that subscribe button. We'd love for you to be a part of our community. And also, if you wouldn't mind, if you find this video helpful, hit that like button. It does help out a lot. Let me bring you over to Gamer's Choice, and we'll walk through their cards, and I'll give you card by card when I think you should be targeting this card. And, you know, maybe some of these cards I'm just going to tell you don't buy them because they're junk. But let's get you over there. All right, so we are on Gamer's Choice. I brought up the secret rare cards. You're going to see some of these cards are sold out. Most of the cards are still available. So let's start right off the bat with the Atlantean Mermail secret right there on the top, right here. $15. This is a card that I think you're going to want to wait on. And let me tell you why. A lot of people are going to be opening up this product. And they're going to be opening it up not to chase after this card. They're going to be opening it up to chase after the Dominus Impulse. They're going to be opening it up to chase after the Azamina cards. And they're going to be opening it up to chase after the new Mulcharmy. Those are the cards that people are going to be chasing after. When they don't get them, they're going to get cards like this. And what you're going to see in the first week is that cards like this are going to continually be loaded onto TCG Player. They bought boxes, they didn't get it, now they're selling it to get some of their money back, and you're going to see more and more of these cards hitting the market, and that is going to lower and lower and lower the price. I think you're going to be able to get this card for $5. I think if you're paying more than $7, you're overpaying for it. But I think that it can actually get down to $5. There's going to be a lot of this product open. A lot of people have gone in and ordered cases of this. You can't find it. This isn't on Gamer's Choice. It's not on Blowout Cards. I don't know if Prodigy has it. I haven't looked recently. But most places are already sold out of this. You can't get it. That should indicate to you a lot of people went in on the sealed. When a lot of people go in on the sealed, they're chasing certain cards. That means the other cards that they're not chasing are going to hit the market and drive down the price. You're going to see that in a lot of cards on here. That's why I'm saying I would wait. And primarily what you're waiting for are people to get their cases from Gamer's Choice or Prodigy or wherever they ordered their cases, to get their cases, open them, and then list them. And that is why I would be looking at these cards on not opening weekend, but the following weekend. Because that is going to give you enough time to get all those cards into the market and drive that price down to its lowest. Now, if you don't care about getting the best deal and you just want them, you've been waiting for Mermeal support forever, and you're like, I don't care, I'm going, I understand that. But this is for those who want the cheapest price. I would wait till the following weekend, which is... I can even give you a date on it. Maybe not. Oh well. Anyways, opening weekend is, everybody knows when opening weekend is. I would wait till the next weekend to go in and grab cards like this. Now you move over to Deception of Sinful Spoils. This is a different beast. This is a card that I would be looking at Friday and Saturday. Why? Because this is one of the chase cards. This is part of the why did I lose how to say it? Azamina core. This is part of that core, and it's the most expensive card in there. It is the one everybody is going to be trying to get. You can see on Gamer's Choice already, it is the only secret that is sold out. It's the only one. This is a highly coveted card in this set. So people who get this on that, like after release, they're not going to be selling them as much because this was one of the cards they were chasing. So you want to go in on this card probably a little bit earlier, Friday, Saturday, and watch the quantities. That is going to tell you more than the price is. That's going to give you the information you need to know before the card spikes up. If you're watching price, the price isn't going to spike up until it spikes up. You're going to be looking at it and you're going to be like, oh my gosh, they're gone. It's the quantities. Watch the quantities. If this card is not keeping up with the rest of them, or this card is hovering around 20 or 25 or 30 sellers have this card, that tells you that the card is in danger. So be watching this and make sure that the quantities are staying relevant to the rest of the cards in the set. If it's not, 65 might actually be a deal on this card. I think the card will go down a little bit, but not a lot. Dominus Impulse is another card. I do think this card's going to go down. I don't believe that it's a $50 card. Now, if you're a Tenpai player, it's probably a $100 card. but that is primarily the deck that's using this card right now. It's a good card and it can be used in a variety of decks, but primarily that $50 price tag is Tenpai, spend your money here. But because it's relegated to one specific meta deck, I do think the price is going to go down a little bit. I think you might even be able to grab this for around 35. I definitely see this hitting 40. So I would be waiting for that. I'd be waiting for the $35, $40 mark, and I would go in on this card again early, especially if you're a Tenpai player. I'd be going in on this card early, Friday, Saturday, because this is a card people are chasing after. You go over to the Fire Kings, Yugioh. This is another card, much like the Mermail card. This card is going to fall out. It's not a $30 card. There's not a lot of pure like Fire King players out there. A lot of people have walked away from the deck. I don't see this card holding $30. I look at this card more as a $12 to $15 card is where I price it. And so this is one of them that I would wait on. The listings are going to come in on this card. There's not enough people that have an interest in playing it. And it's just going to be, there's going to be more and more and more listings. That's going to drive the price down, down, down. If you want this card, I would wait another week to that second week, and then I would come in and look to pick that card up. You go down, you got the two Mimigal cards right on this second row. You got the Charm over here, and you got the Giant over here. I don't quite know what to do with these two cards. I don't know exactly when to buy them because I don't really have a good gauge on the interest of the community in this deck, although I do think the interest is pretty high. So these are cards that I would be waiting on, but I would watch the quantities on Friday and Saturday. And if the quantities remain low, maybe just take a chance and shoot your shot on grabbing them early. But if the quantities are high, if the same quantities you have for Giant and Charm you have for the Mermail and the Yugioh, then I would wait on it. I would wait for the fall of these cards a little bit, but I do know a lot of people have an interest in Mimigal. It is a cool archetype. So that's the one that's in the middle for me. You could buy it early or you could wait, and it really depends on the quantities. How many are hitting the market, and how easy is this card going to be to get bought out? That's what I would be watching. The Blue Eyes, the Heart of the Blue Eyes, as well as that Red Eyes card, which is an Ultra. I think you should be buying both of these cards, but I would be waiting on them. I think that these cards are going to be a casualty of the set and people chasing after the other cards. But again, it comes down to watching the quantities. I've sold a lot of the Heart of the Blue Eyes, and I sold out of the deck core of the Red Eyes. It was the first thing that I sold out of. So I may very well be underestimating these cards. So these are, like the Mimigal, the Blue Eyes and the Red Eyes, I would also put in that middle area where I would watch them. To be honest with you, I could easily see the Blue Eyes and the Red Eyes going up. I really could. I could also see them going down based on how much of this product is going to be open. But if I'm honest, I do have to say I see them going up easier than I see them going down. So let me just go back and change everything that I said on that and say I would be looking at both of these cards early on. I'd be trying to get the best deal that I could, but I'd be grabbing both of these cards early on. I just talked myself into it. My apologies for the flip-flop there. You know what happens? You know, sometimes you're trying to figure out how you would approach a certain card, and you just think about it more, and I might be overanalyzing it. Who knows? But yeah, Blue Eyes, Red Eyes, I feel way more comfortable telling you to go in early and grab these. Yeah, they might initially drop down to like $10, something like that, and I would go in and grab them for $10. I'd feel good with that. because I do think, as I said in previous videos, I think that Blue Eyes could easily be a $20 card, and the Red Eyes could easily go up as well. Lacrima is another card I don't see being a $25 card, primarily because I'm almost positive this is a brick in the deck. It's a one of, which means that there's going to be a lot of these. I know there are a lot of Fiendsmith players out there, but there are a lot of Fiendsmith players out there that don't even want to play this card. So I'm not entirely sure that the card's going to hold that price tag. I think 15 is more realistic, and that's where I would be targeting this card. 15, and if it doesn't go to 15, I would wait till the second weekend. You're going to see a lot more of these hit the market because people are going to be opening that up. So I would be waiting on those as well. You get down to the bottom. Let's talk about the Primite cards. These are basically going to be free. I have looked at other sites. I've looked at other sellers. I've looked at how many of this deck core, how many of these singles they've moved. It's not a lot. It's an interesting idea, but there's not a ton of interest in it. At least there hasn't been so far. I think these cards are going to fall out tremendously. I think you're going to be able to pick up this entire deck core for around $25, something like that. And you're going to be able to pick up these singles for cheap as well. I would definitely wait on this. I would wait on it till that second weekend, see how low it goes. Watch the deck cores on eBay, watch the singles on TCG Player, and then go in that second weekend. That's what I would be doing. The last card is the Mulch Army. Look, this is the card that people are opening this setup for. I know they want the Azamina cards. I know they want the Purge, but this is it. This would be a busted gross set if it didn't have this card in there. So this is the card people are chasing after. I don't know how low it's going to go. I could see the card going up to 175 at its top. I could also see the card going down to 100. And it really depends on how easy this card is to get and how many people are willing to spend $100 on this one card here. And based on pre-sales and what I've seen from other sellers, there's a fair amount of people that are willing to drop $450 on a playset of this sucker. So I think that 150 is kind of where it's going to settle, like 130 to 160, somewhere around there. If you see this card at 130, 120, that might be a time that you might want to think about going in on the card. It is a very good card. A lot of people are going to want this card. And so this is not a card that I would wait on. I would be looking at this card on Friday and Saturday morning and even into Saturday night and seeing what's happening with it. And then based on your comfort level, I'm not going to recommend to you to spend $150 on one card. I can't do it. It'll hurt my soul. I don't buy these cards. If I pull them, sometimes I'll keep them. I'm planning on keeping 2 of it because I can't bring myself to keep 3 of it. So, I mean, that's just, everybody's got to make their own decision on this card, but I don't see it being under $100, and I don't see it being over $200. So, 150, if you get on the low end towards 100, 120, feel pretty good about that. So that's what I got on that card. Going over to the ultras, it's not a lot of ultras that you should be looking at, but do have the Red Eyes down here for $10. Like I said before, I could see this card going up to $15. I really could. This and the Blue Eyes, these are 2 cards that I would be looking at grabbing early rather than later. Your deck cores, most of these deck cores, I would grab later. your Six Samurai, your Sharks. Oh, I would let them fall out. I really would. I don't think they're going to be super expensive because there's going to be so many of them on the market. The last card that I want to talk to you about is Quarter Century. All the way down here to the bottom. I love this card. I do. I absolutely love this card. We're doing a case opening on Tuesday on the channel. This will be the card that I'm trying to pull in that case opening. Obviously, I want the Mulch Army, but I absolutely love this card. I don't know why. It just resonates with me. I think that it's beautiful. I love that it's only going to be in this set like the previous ones. I didn't like when they were releasing them in 4 different sets but changing the color. I didn't like that, but I do love what they're doing here. I do love them putting a chase card in every set that's not a meta relevant card. I love that. I think that that's brilliant on their part and the way that they should be doing things, and they hooked me with this card. If you're interested in this card, I would look for this card to hit around $60. I don't think it's going to go a whole lot lower than 60, but if it hits 60, I'm really comfortable buying it at 60. That's what I got for you today. Good luck on your sneak peeks this weekend. I hope it rocks for you. Mine is, I got several that I could go to, but I think I'm only going to the one on Sunday. So that's what I'll be doing on Sunday. I love the sneak peeks. It's a lot of fun. Plus, it brings out some Yu-Gi-Oh! Scrubs that normally don't play. And it gives me some W's, which I love. Anyways, my name is Todd from Go2 Cards. Hit that subscribe button, and I am out of here. Yeah, I am out of here, my boys. Man, I love this set. It's going to be a good set. I hope you enjoy it. I hope you enjoy opening up your boxes. I'll catch you on the next one.